All right, I forgot to click one other button. I had like three buttons to click tonight. Hello, everybody. Welcome into March 2nd, 2024. You don't want to know what I said a while ago, but it was an English moment. I will tell you that for sure. It is Saturday, second day of March. We have Rich, we have William. Well, we have William's chair. William looks like he might be in the other chair. Darren, Greg, Jeff, Sin, and Chris Garrett has joined us tonight. Let me go ahead and unmute your guys' audio, and then everybody should be able to hear you across YouTube. I will verify that when the first person from Zoom speaks. I will verify that when the first person from Zoom speaks. I will verify that when the... And I could hear Chris saying, hello. Hello, Chris. Hello, Jeff. Hello, Sin. Hello, Rich.
Oh.
Howdy.
I'd say hello to William, but he looks like he'd be smoozing pretty good, so just going to let him get his rest. I am going to go ahead and turn off his camera, maybe. Yeah, there we go. Bring up his icon. Does it? Wait a minute. Yep, brought up his ID. Anyway, a couple things to cover. Tony Wallow started the chat out with a $1.99 super chat. Thank you, Tony. I appreciate that so much. John Aloy Sr. was second tonight. Well, actually, I guess he was third. Tony was first. Bobby Warren was second. And I don't even know if this is going to work or not. I was struggling with it earlier today. Yeah, it looks like there's a little bit of a delay, but it does look like it is working. So that's good, I guess. John Aloy Sr. was third. Greg was fourth. He was busy, of all things. You're not going to believe this. Cleaning carpets. Rick Lake says hello. Chris Garrett says hello. Jeff says only first from Sin City. Well, right now, Jeff, you are the only subscriber that I know of from Sin City, and you are clearly the only homie from Sin City, so you've got that pretty well concreted and cemented in. I don't think you have to worry about that for a while myself, but we will see. I am working on things. I did get two interesting requests today. I got one via a chat message on Facebook on a tech question, and I reached out to the professor because I have no idea. And then the other one I got via a chat message on my phone. And one of the subscribers, one of the homies, someone we all know, would like to know what is the best way or the best thing you can use to clean out the memory slots on your motherboard. Specifically, I believe, and I can play it later after the show. I don't want to play it during the show, but I can play it afterwards so everybody can get a better understanding of what's going on.
Isopropyl alcohol.
How do you get it down in the memory slots, though, Greg?
Little tiny artist brush for 98 cents. Or
Okay.
possibly a Q-tip.
I would have never thought. Yeah, Q-tip though. I don't. Will a Q-tip fit down in there? I don't know. I haven't looked at a motherboard today, and I rearranged the studio today. I got it 3/4 the way done. I was trying to fix my keyboard not working issue. I think I did fix it.
If it's just dusty, you can use a compressed air or either a blower.
Yeah, just use your leaf blower.
Might as well. Seems to be used everywhere else. I just threw a picture up. The green screen and I have been having problems all day long today. I could not get it to stand correctly. Either one side would be off the ground, the other side would be on the ground. I came so close to taking it out today that you guys have no idea. And then just using the built-in green screen with Zoom itself. But then I wouldn't be able to use the green screen for other purposes. Long Dog says...
Just take a rock and some tape and tape it around the leg.
Yeah, sandbags, I know, or any kind of weight would work, but I could not get them adjusted. I'm going to break it down, start all over again. That'll probably be one of my projects next week. Long Dog says, hello, peoples. I see Jeff and I are wearing similar outfits, meaning we're in the house, but we're wearing sweaters. Ha, 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 the desert is kind of cold and very windy.
Well, in my upstairs, if I turn the heat on enough to warm the office, it's in a room over my garage, and I keep it locked all the time just to keep prying eyes and grandchildren and other folks out.
Sure.
It cools off more than the rest of the upstairs. When I heat this up enough, it overheats the bedrooms and the other part of the upstairs. So unless it's real cold, I just wear my sweatshirt in here and I'm fine.
Right. Yeah. I got one right here in case I ever get cold. I keep it on the back of the chair, but
I
I
think you have to worry
rarely.
about getting cold if Mrs. K's in charge of the thermostat,
No, I lied to her. Oh
from
wait, I
what you
forgot.
said.
She's watching the stream, but no, we have it set at a comfortable temperature. It's a little above what's recommended and what other people like to
Well,
have. But we're good.
I'll confess on myself. When I get it warm, then my daughter likes to go back and turn on the air conditioner after it's warmed up. Okay. But to prevent both heating and cooling, I went to the air conditioner for the upstairs where it sits outside, and there's a little breaker box there. And I flipped it off at the breaker box, which she doesn't know about. So she turns on the air conditioner, and I guess psychologically it helps, but it's not actually cooling anything right now.
Right.
When summer comes, I'll flip it back on.
Sure, you go back and set it so that it's running. Yeah, that's a good thing to do.
It is very windy here, though. Lawn Dog's right about that. It blew some stuff around from the backside of my house out into the side yard. I mean, I've got walls all around here. We're separated by walls from my neighbors, at least in this neighborhood. New houses are not being built that way. There's no separation at all.
You'll probably get that from the Sierras, all that wind from the storms on the Sierras.
Well, I mean, it's the stuff starting on the coast and moving inland is what's happening there, Chris. You're right.
And
BH Ringer joins us in chat. Hello, BH Ringer. Yeah, I enjoy listening to you guys. You guys are funny. I tuned into a recommended coin show this afternoon, a little bit before I took Mrs. K to work, and then I watched it in its entirety when I got back. And oh my gosh, those guys are funny. I never laughed so hard. I'm searching something real quick, as quick as I can search. As we all know, Doug canceled today both Fortnite and his afternoon show. At first, I think he was going to try to move it back an hour, but he did caveat that with it may be canceled altogether, and he eventually did end up canceling it. So our thoughts are with him, and hopefully everything is okay, and it was maybe just something minor. Also got an email from Tom K. I don't know if you guys remember Tom or not. He lives in Arizona, and he had back surgery a while back, been probably 8-9 weeks ago now, and he's still recovering. His email started out with, "As we get older." So, and I agree. As the older we get, sometimes our recovery to do injuries and soreness and
Yeah. Yeah, to which my response is, no kidding, Sherlock. Yeah.
yeah, really. Hopefully he's watching the stream. He said he will be back as soon as he's able to, and I look forward to him coming back. Other than that, it's been a very slow day for me. I did rearrange, and I got probably 3/4 to 80% of this thing put back together. I still have a little bit of a mess to deal with tomorrow, and I think, honestly, I'm going to deal with putting the trash can at one end of the desk, taking my hand at the other end of the desk, and scooping it all into the trash can, and problem is solved. And hope and pray there's nothing important in there. GH Ringer said they had a lot of fun. Now, why is Greg's fourth place still popping up? I highlighted... This is interesting. Maybe this thing is goofing up again. Or Alex is taking control of the computer and I just don't realize it. Interesting. Okay.
Well, I will comment to Lawn Dog's thing there, his last one about back pain. I don't have anything currently, but about 15 years ago, I went through a spell where I had back pain. It was muscular in nature, not in spinal in nature, which is a little bit easier to deal with. But for about 2 years there, I slept on a foam pad on the floor right beside the bed while my wife slept in the bed, and it was because of my back. And it was just easier to sleep on the floor. They're more comfortable. You just got to do whatever works for you.
All right, I was answering a real quick text message. Mrs. K called me tonight while I was taking my nap to get ready for the show. She called me for a basketball score of all things.
Jesus.
Yeah, well, one of the residents there wanted to know if Michigan State was winning or not. And I said, well, number one, they're playing Purdue, who's ranked second in the nation right now. Number two, they're playing at Purdue, so chances are very slim they are winning, which I looked the score up in. The chances are very slim they're going to beat Purdue. They were hanging with them, but they were not beating them. So I'll check here in 15, 20 minutes, see if the game's over, and I'll send her a text. She said she might join us tonight during the live stream. I haven't seen her in chat yet. So,
Do you know anything about Cincinnati? I mean, the college?
the College of Cincinnati? No.
Well, I mean, Bearcats, Cincinnati
Right.
Bearcats.
Right.
They beat K-State today 74-72. And I just had never even heard of them, to be honest with you. I know nothing about them.
I know Bob
They both have
Huggins.
identical records now, 17-12. So they're
Are they both in the same conference?
no,
Oh,
no. This is a non-conference game.
I was going to say I
No.
can't see K-State and Cincinnati being in the same conference. The only thing I know about them is at one point in time, way back when, Bob Huggins was their coach, and back then he was pretty good.
Well, see, Huggins came to Kansas State, the coach, and he stayed 1 year because his alma mater, which is West Virginia, I think, offered him a job the very next year.
Yep.
And he dumped us and went back there. And one of his assistants, Frank, I can't remember his name now. It's been a while. Took over and did quite well for a while.
Yeah.
I did some yard work today.
It was
Not
useless
me.
to try to do here. Anything I raked up would have blown down the street in about a second.
Yeah,
I didn't have to do any raking. I pulled a bunch of weeds up out of the flower beds, put down a bunch of soil on top of the flowers that are pushing up, put down some fertilizer, and put the rest of the bag in the lawn.
Yeah, I wouldn't have probably done the studio this afternoon if it hadn't been for the keyboard kept messing up, and it can't be the batteries, and I just figured that. So
Well-
I fixed it, I hope. Yeah, go ahead, Jeff.
I am wrong. They are part of the Big 12 now.
Cincinnati is part of the Big 12.
Yep. At least for basketball.
Oh, one of those interesting deals.
Well,
Okay.
I'm not sure about football. Football. Yeah, okay. They're both, it's Big 12 all the way around.
Now, is K-State ranked in basketball?
No, they have not done as well this year as they did last year. They're about in the middle of the conference.
I know Kansas got beat again today, and that's just really heartbreaking.
Eh,
Baylor beat them 82-74.
hey, go Bears.
Why is this thing repeating? It just popped up with BH Ringer's thing again. I'm looking at basketball scores on a sports thing. I know that means I'm a terrible host, but could lie to you guys. That's weird. This keeps popping up on its own. I'll have to figure that out later. But anyway, I got so frustrated. I was attempting to play Destiny 2. Doug, Destiny 2. Make sure I did say it right this time. I'm not messing with you. And it kept literally within 3 or 4 seconds of it working, it would stop. And I said, that's it. It's got to be the dongle was at that point in time about 6 feet away. Now the dongle is about 2.5 feet away. And it's a direct, it's line of sight type of deal. When I pull my shelf out for the keyboard to be out, the dongle and the keyboard and the mouse are on the same line of sight instead of how it used to be, where it used to be back a little bit, not a direct line, so to speak. That's about the only way I know how to explain it. The person that wants help that sent me the Facebook thing have bought a circuit, and apparently they can connect it to either their tablet or their laptop, and wanted to know if I knew how to update a tablet. I have no idea. So I reached out to Alex, and he said he could do it, but he'd have to connect, but he can't connect to the tablet, and I don't think this person's going to let that happen, and connecting to me to tell me how to do it's probably not going to be real helpful either. So we're going to get together tomorrow, not Alex and I, but this person and I. We're going to get together tomorrow. I think the laptop that she has is very old and ancient and outdated, and it's just not worth doing anything with that. And she's probably not going to be real happy when I suggest to her to get either a newer laptop or use her desktop that I'm pretty sure she has. And I'll worry about that all tomorrow. No, we're not turning into a tech channel. At least I didn't think we were. But that's fine. I appreciate people. I appreciate the fact that people realize the knowledge is within this group that you guys have, and the helpfulness. There it goes again. Oh my gosh. Okay. Wintermute says he misses the tech talk. We used to do a little bit of tech talk. That is true. Who knows? Maybe we can get migrate a little bit back toward that. Speaking of tech talk, somebody needs to help me figure this issue out. That I just highlighted Wintermute's tech talk chat, and it's still not popped up. I'll see what pops up here in a minute. Probably nothing. But BH Ringer kept popping back in and out as far as that message goes.
I'm getting the spinning circle of death on YouTube.
You're on Firefox. It's probably an ad. Jeff's, if he's getting it and he's talking but can't hear him.
Nope.
I'm not watching
seeing the
it.
circle. It's still going.
Yeah. It popped up twice. I saw it twice. Okay, so am I not paying attention to my monitoring?
No.
That, Greg, that's my only speculation. Okay, so there it is on OBS. There's one on OBS. I still haven't seen it over on the monitoring of the stream itself.
Says chat disconnect. Now my screen went blank.
That's an internet problem.
Coming back.
That's an internet problem. That's not a commercial. I don't think that's an ad. Yeah, this is weird. I'm gonna do something here. Yeah, we got 12 minutes left. That gives me plenty of time to do part of what I want to do.
Now it's back to normal.
Probably, more than likely, it was an ad at the beginning. I don't know about chat disconnecting, though. That in itself is very
Now
odd.
it's spinning again.
And I'm going over to Google. I am going to start a... see, I start out right away with an ad. And now I'm skipping it. And we'll see what happens. So you're still spinning right now?
No, not right now. It's got you highlighted.
Tony is saying yes, ad. So more than likely... Right now it's got me highlighted. I did not highlight myself that I'm aware of.
Now I'm highlighted.
Oh, you're highlighting. Okay.
Now you're highlighted. Yes, there's Tony's chat pop-up.
Yeah, I'm not seeing it. Am I? Oh, you know why I'm not seeing it? This is interesting. And this happens quite a bit. On my monitoring, it's not live. It's running live, but it's not current. All right, now let's see if this works. Let's go with...
My screen went blank.
I've got two monitors. There we go. So that's working. Let's see what happens. I've got Google running in front of me. I've got Opera running to the left, and neither one of them are buffering, or there's not an ad yet. There will be an ad show up on Google. I'm almost positive of that. There was one.
Now I got connect to the internet. You're offline. Check your connection.
Yeah, that sounds like a local deal. Yeah, you don't have a phone, so you can't check your Wi-Fi, right? Well, I've been told that didn't make any difference anyway.
No, I still got internet connection because Zoom is still running.
Oh, that's true. That's true.
Close Firefox out, bring it back up.
If you continue to have issues, I'll fire up Firefox here as well and see what happens.
Well, I'm using Firefox here and I'm fine. No spinning circle. Looks to me like an internet issue there.
I got
Logdog
nothing
says,
but a
I'm
black.
not seeing any problems on YouTube, no buffering. Logdog, what browser are you using?
I got a black screen.
Uh-oh.
Right.
I'd be interested in knowing what browser Longdog is using. Oh, Google. Of course, Google Chrome. Of course. Longdog, have you seen any ads yet on the stream tonight? Since you're using Google Chrome. Well, you probably are using the ever popular and famous no-see ads type thing, right? Speaking of ads. Okay, no ads. I did appeal their decision to limit monetization on Thursday night show. I went back and watched it again with audio. I did not hear anything that fell into one of the 22 categories, and I made a decision. I'm going to see what the process, where the process goes. It does actually say when you appeal it that it will be looked at and reviewed by a human and not the AI. So, okay, that's right. All right, I figured as much. I am not. I'm just using a different browser, and that seems to have solved that problem.
I'm using Brave right now.
I don't think I've ever tried Google. I don't think I've ever tried YouTube on Brave. Yet. Keyword being yet.
I just copied the link that showed up in the YouTube search field, pasted it in.
Should
Brave.
work. Yeah, it should.
Yeah.
I don't know why it wouldn't. That is interesting, though. At first, it started out with what may have been an ad. Nobody's mentioned. Mrs. K joins us in chat. She said, "I just saw an ad upon opening your YouTube, and I skipped it." That's fine, Mrs. K. That is fine. I need to get your picture so that when you. I got to figure out how to do that. I need to get your picture show up instead of the big green L. I don't know if Rick is watching or not. I think he said something earlier in the chat, didn't he? Yeah, he said hello, but I don't know if that was after the show started or before, which makes sense when you see all the sand blowing in the distance. Can't see no sand here. Of course, it's nighttime, A, and B, we don't have much sand in Indianapolis, Indiana. We did get sent another house today from our realtor. 900 square feet, 4 rooms, 2 of which were bedrooms, 2 of which were bathrooms. So I'm thinking, where's the kitchen and where's the living room? I didn't even look at it. When it said 4 rooms, 900 square feet, $200,000, and it's back further in the city of Indianapolis, all things against what I'm interested in doing. The 900 square feet itself scared me enough that I didn't want to look at it.
That's pretty small for that price, I would think.
Well, and it said, you know how it says it breaks down the room? So usually it says 6 rooms, a kitchen, a dining room, or kitchen, living room, bedroom, bathroom. But I don't think bathrooms are actually considered a true room. But no. I Googled the address, seeing where it was at. It's too far into the city, and I want to get out of the city. Tim Tech Wiz says, guess what today is? It's Saturday. I know what day it is. It's March 2nd. Well, happy birthday, Tim. 27. Boy, before you know it, you'll be forgetting things.
That's no kidding.
BH Ringer. Oh my gosh, that's a good one. Everyone's saying hi to Mrs. K. I appreciate that. Tony said he skipped the ad. Yeah, I too skip ads. Again, I'm a hypocrite when it comes to stuff like that. I am relied upon ads to make money now. And that sounds horrible. But I too skip the ads. Now, the AI will probably kick that up, and every one of my videos will go yellow mark, yellow mark, yellow mark. Bobby Warren says hi. BH Ringer, since I didn't go all the way through, said, I went to Burger King today. The woman serving had a badge on her left breast that said, Pat. To cut the long story short, I'm now banned from Burger King. That's a good one. Bobby says, I have YouTube Premium. That is good, Bobby, but I actually make revenue from YouTube Premium. I showed all the Zoom homies last night on the after stream, Zoom. I'm very transparent and open about this whole process. I do not think I will ever show it live. I don't know yet. Or if I do, it'll be real quick, because I don't know if that goes against their community standard or not. Maybe we'll find out on Monday on Doug's show. I honestly don't. I know Doug has showed a couple times his income, and I know newly retired me has also showed a couple times his income. That doesn't necessarily mean I wouldn't get dinged for it. So, yeah, Tony says, so don't skip it. Yeah, I mean, I shouldn't be hypocritical, and I should actually watch the ads, because whatever the ad is showing on that creator's stream, that's how they make their money, or part of how they make their money. And I really need to research how this all works. And that's why we're on the 3-month test period, test cycle, whatever you want to call it. I don't see Ghetto tonight. Anyone seen Ghetto since 7 o'clock this evening? Ghetto was on Zoom with Rich, myself, Darren, Bill. And then about 5 minutes till 7, I don't think he realized Doug had canceled. He says, oh, I gotta go, everybody. And he left, and haven't seen him since. Haven't heard from Alex since this afternoon. It's been a pretty lazy, crazy, not crazy, but just a very, very relaxed, lazy day. Long Dog says, as far as a paycheck from YouTube goes, I've been monitoring it for well over 10 years. Right, you have to make $100. Oh, speaking of that, yes. Oh, wrong one. Thank you, Long Dog. Yes, speaking of that, I got an email today. My AdSense verification has already been mailed out to me. Even though I'm not at $100, the threshold of $100, they are sending out the information for me to verify. Snail mail, which I found to be interesting, and that's a good sign. Mrs. K and I've talked about it. We both agreed on 3 months, I think, and I'm not counting the 3 days from February. I'm counting from March 1st until May 31st. That'll be the 90-day period. Bobby Warren joins us on the Zoom, it looks like. I guess that's Bobby.
Yes, I am.
It's either Bobby or Ghetto, one or the other.
Yes, I am. I'm Bobby. I just logged into my Google account. I got my name back up under. I logged back in finally.
So you got your phone all working properly now?
Yes, I do now.
That's good. Good to hear. Long Dog says you have to earn $100 yet before you get the check. Yeah, and people don't actually report what they make, but the information, I believe, is available. I don't know if I can see other creators' income or not. Again, I have shared every night, and I will again tonight. I bore these guys to tears every night. But Greg, on the bright side, is not DaVinci Resolve. So, and I need to start doing DaVinci Resolve. Not so much that I miss doing DaVinci Resolve, but I know I have subscribers that actually like DaVinci Resolve that don't show up for the nighttime show, and vice versa. I know I have some that don't like DaVinci Resolve that show up for the nighttime show, and that's pretty cool. It really depends on the type of advertiser and where they play. Yeah, that's the issue that I'm having. Again, we get, and I get pretty in depth with it, and I show people what's going on with it, and then I have some questions on what's going on with it. So, anyway, Johnny Scoville told everyone about a website where you could see the kind of statistical data on the channel, and I believe income. I'm sure no doubt the information exists. No doubt. No argument there whatsoever. But I don't know that, let's just say I wanted to look up, we all know Kerry. We've all watched Kerry at one point in time. Let's say I wanted to look up his YouTube income. I don't really think legally that's possible to do, but again, I don't know. So I'm going to let it go at that. And I am going to go ahead and wrap this up. We're at 31. I'm trying to get better at keeping it at 30 minutes. If you'd like to join us on the Zoom panel, kstoutz00m@gmail.com. I'll get you the credentials. We'll get you on the panel, and we'll go from there. And you get to see such lovely things if you join us afterwards of YouTube's income that I'm getting. Good night, Tony. Good night, Long Dog. Good night, Mrs. K. Good night, BH Ringer. Thank you for being here. Probably forgot a few people over in the chat. I do want to thank the homies, Rich, Darren, Sin, Jeff, Bobby, thank you. Sorry you joined late. William, who's still asleep. Chris, who's probably asleep. And we couldn't close the show out without saying thank you to Max for joining us. So thank you, Max. Oh, wait, I'm sorry. Thanks, Greg. I know we poke fun back and forth with one another.
You're welcome.
I know. I'm going to bill you. Oh, did you get my first bill, by the way?
No, I haven't. The mail has been screwed up.